Welcome to my YouTube channel PowerPoint University. I have started a new training program for the beginners, and today I am going to take you through the Format tab. So let's begin. In PowerPoint, there are different types of tabs, starting with the File tab, and then we have got the Home, Insert, Design, Transitions, Animations, Slideshow, Review, and View. Developer tab, by default it will not be enabled or it will not be visible, so we have to make it visible or we have to make it enable, that we can see in other trainings. But in this tabs, where is the Format tab? The Format tab is not visible here. So how should I make the Format tab visible? The Format tab visible only when you insert some shapes or insert some pictures or clip arts or some icons, or you want to format some text. For example, in the Home tab, I am just going to select a rectangle. Just draw the rectangle on the slide, and you can see here the Format tab is enabled here, or it is visible. The moment I click outside, which is the object is not selected, then the Format tab is invisible. Again, if I click, it becomes visible. Now let's see what the Format tab contains. Click the Format tab, then you have got the a variety of different buttons or the options here, and you can see there of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 groups are there. The first group is the insert shapes, then the second is the shape styles, third is a word art styles, accessibility, arrange, and the size. And if you can see here, there's some icons here, the small one, a quick access, where you can see, but which is not available for the insert shapes. What does it mean? That means there are more options available in this particular group. So when I click, a new window will come to the right side of the screen. You can just close it at any time you want. So let's see here the first group, which is the insert shapes. I can insert any shape from this. I can insert a circle or insert any shape which I like, or if you want, you can just click here, then it will give you a variety of shapes available. And then here there is something called edit shape. What does this edit shape do? For example, I want this particular shape to be changed with a different shape, for example a circle maybe. So I'm going to select this shape, go to edit shape, and I can just say change shape from a rectangle to oval. So it changes to oval, or I can change to some heart shape. So it changes to the heart shape. And there's one more thing which is available here in the edit shape. There's something called edit points. If I click the edit points, you can see there are 2 points which I can modify the shape. For example, I can just click here, I can do something like this, or you can see here there are 2 more lines. I can just twist it, or here also I can just change the way I like. So this particular shape, with the help of edit points, I can convert them to any shape I want. Again, if I want to change this shape to a rectangle, it becomes a rectangle. So this is how the change shape and edit point works. The next option in insert shape is a text box. If you want to draw a text box, just click the text box and you can just draw a text box and you can type any text, and if you want you can place the text on the top of the shape or anywhere. Just whatever you want to do with the text you can do with that one. And then the next one is a merge shape, but merge shape is disabled as of now, but I'm going to take you through later part of the session in this session. So let's continue with the shape styles. Now this is a plain a rectangle shape. Now if you want to do something more attractive, then there are something called the styles are available here. When I click on this particular arrow, you can see a different types of themes are available here. If you want, I want somewhere like say this a blue color, this will come, or I want to change to some flat blue, so this will be the flat blue. Or if you want something green, so it can be changed to any color or any theme which is available here. Or if you want to just a border to be orange, I'll just click the borders to be orange, so the border becomes orange here. All right, so if you want other themes also, you can just go and click on other themes and you can just change the style you need to change. You can change it from here. Then we have got something called a shape fill. If I want to fill a different color which is not available here, so instead I can just go to shape fill and I can choose any color as I like it. For example, if you feel that the color which you want to choose which is not available here, then always you can go for more fill colors. And if you know the color code, that is RGB, red, green and blue, you can insert the color code here so that it will immediately take you to the required the right color. Or I can just select any of this color and this is the shading. If you want a lighter shade, make this the scale up. If you want the darker shade, make this down. Or if you have any again standard color, go to this one, and for example I want to select some purple shape or this particular color, sorry, so I can just select this one and click OK. So this will turn to a purple color. And there's something called no fill. If you don't want any color in the box, just say no fill. Or if you want eyedropper is that is a color it's already available, or it is you have an image where you want to copy that image color into this one, then you can use the eyedropper. So the next one is the picture. If you want to insert any picture, click on this option and then it will give you a dialog box where either you can insert a picture from a file, or if you want to have an online picture from Bling, Flickr, OneDrive, or if you want to insert some icons. For example, if I want to insert any picture, I'll just click from a file and I can select any image as I like. For example, I'm just going to select this particular image and I click insert. So if you see here, this particular shape is filled with a different picture now. Alright, or if you want to insert some icon, click on this one and say from icons. And this option is available only from 2016 or Office 365. Again, if I want to change something which I want to insert this particular icon, I'll just say insert and this will change to this particular icon here. Or if I want to give some a gradient fill, I can just go and give some different gradient fill. If you want to give more gradient, just click on more gradients and then this particular window will open and here I can go and make any different color combination. For example, I'm going to select a different color here. Say I'm going to select the purple color, so it will be purple. And for this top I can make it a light blue, maybe like this. And this one I can simply delete. I can have maximum 2 points here, minimum 2 points, and maximum I can add as many as I like. Then I'm going to talk about the texture. If you want to change to a different texture, you can just select any texture you want. For example, if I say paper bag, this will turn to a paper bag. Or if I want something more textures, I can go here and select the which is already selected, the picture or texture fill, and I can select any image also from this. So we have seen the full shape fill here. Now let's go to the next one, which is the outline. So first of all, I'm just going to change the color to some a normal a gray color here. And then if you see, there's something called the shape outline, the borders. If you want to have a different border, for example, I want the border to have a red color, I can just say simply a red. You can see there's a red border here already. Or if I want to change another color, I can just go and say more outline color, what you saw, which we already did in the shape fill. I can select any different color here. And again, if I have some image where I can use that particular color from the image, and I can apply on my borders. And then there's something called weight. Weight is nothing but the width of the border. For example, I want the width of the border to be like 3 points. I'll just click here, so the border becomes wider now. Or if I want more bigger, then I can go for 6 points. If I want more than 6 points, then I have to go say more lines. In the more lines, then it will show you the line, and the width, which is 6 point, I can increase something, whatever the width I want from this. And if you want, I'm just going to bring this one to say 2.5 or 2/4, and then I want to give some dashes. So here you've got a different dashes here. If you see here, I can make this dash. Or if I say no fill here in the shape fill, then this will look like something like this with a dotted line. Or if you want to have some different dashes, I can just select this one, so this will be like this. So we have seen the theme colors, the no outline. If you don't want any outline of the border, just click no outline, so that border will not be visible. For example, if I fill some color and I don't need any borders for this, I'll just go to shape outline and just say no outline, so the borders are not there for this particular shape. Now let's look into the shape effects. Now we have to make sure that the particular object or the image is selected, otherwise, as I said, the format tab will be disabled. So I'll just come here, click this one, shape effect. You've got a different shape effect here. If you see here, if you want to have some different shapes, you can just select it here. Or if you want a shadow for your shape, you can just select any shadow as you like. For example, if I want a shadow which is something like this, offset bottom right, then you can see there's some shadow effect there. If you don't want shadow, again go to shape effects, shadow, and make it no shadow, so there is no shadow now. Or if you want some inner shadows, go to the shadow, and there's something called inner shadow here. I can just click, so you can get this particular shadow effect. And you have got some different types of shadows. There's something called perspective. When I click, the shadow effect will look like something like this. And then apart from shadow, let's see the reflection. The reflection, if you want to have a reflection of this particular object at the bottom, it will just show you the reflection. So can you see that reflection is visible here? Or if you want to select a different reflection, you can just select this one. So there's a reflection already here. I'm just going to remove the shadow so that the reflection will be clearly visible. You can see the reflection. Again, if you want to remove the reflection, go to shape effect, reflection, and just say no reflection. So the reflection is gone. And the next option, we have something called glow. If you want to give some glow effect, a glow effect, for example, I need this blue. So you can see there's a glow effect at the corners or the borders. Again, you can change any color. If you want some different color, you can go for more glow colors here, and you can choose any color as you like. And then we have something called the soft edges. The soft edges is, for example, if I select particular, say this one, let me just remove the glow effect. You can see it has become the soft edges now. If you want further short edges, I can just select this one, which is 50 point. Then you got something like this. If you want to make it a normal one, then just come and just say no soft edges. The next one is the bevel. Bevel is like 3D options here. If I want something like this, some 3D or a different shape, whatever, I can just simply come and click here. So it has come a 3D shape here. If I want something like this, I can do here. And then apart from this bevel, and you say no bevel, it becomes normal. And if you want something called a 3D rotation, how you want the object to look like. So example, I want my object to look like this off axis to top, so it becomes something like this. Or my object should be something like this to the right side, it becomes to the right side. And if I want something different shape or different perspective, I'll just click here, so it becomes like this. For this also you can make some bevel, so it will look something like this, a bevel with a 3D rotation. So you got a variety of rotations. Again, if you want to have more rotations, just click 3D rotation options, and then you have got a variety of options here. Now let me just talk about the word art styles here now. For example, I'm just going to insert a text here, right? Or I can just go to my format and I can just simply select a text box. I'm going to type a text here. I'll just say welcome, and under format you've got a different word styles here, whichever word you want. If you want to see it more clearly, let me just increase the size, and then if I just go to format and a different variety of word art I can choose. But make sure that don't use much of the word art. It doesn't look good in your presentations. I generally try to avoid this particular option when I'm creating my presentations. So you have got this option, and then if you want, you can text fill with a different color. You can choose it, whatever the color you like. If you want no fill also, but you have to have a border for that. And if you want to have more fill colors, you can fill it eyedropper. As I said, this will If you have any image or picture you want to use that particular color in your text or the shape, you can use this one. Or if you want to insert some picture in this particular word, in this particular text, then you can use it. For example, let me just make it more bigger. I'll make it more bold. Go to format, text fill. I'll just select picture from a file which is available on my PC. I'm going to select any image and just say insert. You can see here this particular text has been replaced with that particular image in the background. You can see here the welcome. Or if you want to have some gradient fill, you can use any gradient fill, or there's some textures also, you can use any texture fill. And then comes to the outline. If you need any outline for your text, the same thing applies here as like the shape, and I can come and select any color of the borders and how much the width I want. I can increase the size, and if you want any dashes for that, you can select anything, so your text something replaced with this particular shape. And apart from this, we have something called the text effects. If you want to change the effects, again you have got the shadow. You can see a different shadow is coming here for your text. You can just add any shadow, but again I recommend you not to use these options in your presentations, which definitely looks awkward. So avoid using all this what you can say, the jazzy things. Yeah, for the kids presentation you can use, but not for the professional or office presentations. And likewise you have got some reflections. If you want some reflections, you can use this reflection. And the same glow effect, if you want to have some glow effect, if it really requires, use these options. And there's something called bevel, where you can give a 3D effect for that. And if you want to change the way you want to present, you can just use any of these options. And the last one, if you want to change the transform the text something like this or like this, you can just add any effect as you like. Again I'm going to repeat, please do not use all these jazzy things in your presentations. You have to make sure the text is as neat as possible, without colors, without all these jing bang things. So we have completed the insert shapes, but merge shape is pending. Then we have completed the shape styles, and we have finished the word art styles. And then I'm going to talk about the arrange here. So arrange, for this I'm just going to delete this whatever I have just created, and I'm going to insert some objects here. Again, two more, one more, two rectangles I have. Now if I want to arrange this alignment should be the same, because one is top and one is bottom, then I can use these arrange options. For example, if I want to arrange to bring at the top the same level, first of all I have to select both of these options, and then when you say align, just say align top, so it automatically aligns top. Or if you want to align at the bottom, I can just say simply align bottom. Or this particular objects I want to align in the center and align middle, so it aligns in the center but both are merged together. So for that I'm just going to undo, and if I want to align only one object, select this object and just say align center and align middle. So this is the center and the middle here. Let me just create some more shapes. I'm just going to use two oval shapes here. The first oval shape, one, and I'm going to add one more oval shape which is a smaller one. I'm going to give a different color. So go to the shape fill and I'm going to use some yellow color to it. Now I want this to be exactly in the center. So for this I'm going to select both of these objects, align center and align middle, so it perfectly comes to the the smaller one in the middle of the bigger one. Otherwise, if you do it manually, sometimes it will be like this, it will not align properly. So always select both of this and align it middle and align, say, center. And apart from that one, you have something called, for example, I'm going to create one, again one more, sorry, I'm just going to add one more oval shape and one more oval shape. So I've got three oval shapes here. All right, but if you see here, the distance between this is not the same. To get the same distance between these three oval shapes, for that I have to go to align and just say distribute horizontally. Because my objects are placed horizontally, I have to say distribute horizontally, then it gives you the exact spaces between the shapes. For example, now if I bring this on top and here I am bringing this at the bottom, but you can see here the shape, the size is not the same. So sometimes I have to spend a lot of time adjusting like this, or instead I can do select all these three objects, align. Now instead of horizontally, we have the vertical, distribute vertical option is there. So I'll just click on the distribute vertically, then again it will give you the equal spaces between the objects. So this is how this will work. And then if you, there's something called the group options here. Now I want to group all these three objects. So I first of all I'll select this and I will go to group and click here to group, so it becomes one particular object. And if you want to ungroup it, just go here group and just say ungroup. So again it three different objects now instead of one. And then you have something called rotate. For example, now I'm going to insert say a triangle. I'll just draw a triangle and I want to rotate it. I can just simply rotate. I want to rotate to right 90 degrees, or I want to rotate to left 90 degrees, or flip vertical or flip horizontal. So you can just use these particular options to rotate your text or your object or your image or a clip. You can use these particular options to do that one. So I have showed you about the alignment options, and then we talked about the group and the rotate, and there's something called bring forward and send backward. For example, now I'm just going to color this particular color a different color. So I've got three different oval shape. Now I want to send this particular blue oval shape at the back of the yellow one. For that I can just say simply send back, click one time, it goes back. And I want to place the green also at the back of the yellow and the blue. So for that, instead of send backward clicking too many times, I can click here and just say send to back. So immediately it will go to back here. So first the yellow, then the blue, and then the green. Now I want to do the reverse. So I want this to be the front and the others to be the back. So for this one I will say, instead of bring front, I'll just say bring to front. So this will become front, and this one, because already the blue is behind the green, but yellow I have to send it to the back, I will just say send to back. So now we have changed the order from yellow. Now yellow, it's in the back. So this is how you can use this one, send to back. Send back means only one you want to time, one time only, or if you want to send to back completely, then you use send to back. Right? So you have got a different. Now there's something called a selection pane here. This is a very important option also in PowerPoint. So if you click, this will enable one more window here, and then you can rename the object names here. For example, this oval shape, it says oval 14, this one is oval 12, this is oval 13, and this is the triangle 16. So this one I'm going to rename this one. For that I will just say a green oval, and this will be my yellow oval, and this is the blue oval, and this is the triangle. I'll just say a blue triangle. So I have named this one. This will really help me when I'm doing some animations. For example, now you have done this particular slide, and due to some reason that this particular object is not required at this time, but maybe later you need this one. So for this, instead of deleting, what I recommend you to use, just to hide this one. You can see this eye, and just clicking this one, so this will be hidden now. Again, if I want at any type of in my presentations later on, maybe I require this particular object, then I can simply come and enable this one. So if you really don't need this one, delete it. But if you think that okay, this is required for my presentations at the later stage, in that case you can just say simply hide this one. If you want, you can hide all, or you can unhide all, or if you want to say hide all, you just simply hide all. If you want to unhide, or if you want to show all, just say show all. So now I'm going to just close this one, close this one also. Now we have finished the bring forward, send backward, selection pane, alignment, group, and rotate. But if you see, which I have not explained you so far, is about the merge shapes. So before going to the merge shape, I can show you about the size. Many of the time when we are doing the presentations, we require a specific size. If you have or 3 4, for example, now I have got say this circle, I have got 3 circles, but these 3 circles I have got a different the sizes. Now in my presentation, for example, I need to have all these circles to be the equal size. For that I can use these size options here. In this case, I'm just going to select all this particular oval shape or the circles, and I want, for example, the height and width to be 2 inches only, or 2 points only. For that I'll just say 2, and here 2. So if you see here, this becomes the same size, 2 and 2. And this, if you click here, there's sometimes you have got something called a log aspect or ratio. What happens here is, if you downloaded some image or some things, when you try to make the adjustment to the size, automatically the height or the width, automatically it will adjust it. And if you want that should not happen, so you have to come and unlock this log aspect ratio. You have to unlock it, otherwise by default it will always try to increase that one. Now the last one, I'm going to talk about the merge shapes. The merge shape is very important and I used a lot in my presentations, and this particular options is not available for 2007 I believe the version, and 2010 version it is available, but you have to enable it that. And from 2013 version this is available till you have got 2013, then you got 2016 version as well as Office 365. This option is available. Now how does this merge shape works? If you see here, the merge shape is still disabled. The merge shape will enable only when I select two or more than two objects or shapes or sizes, then only this will enable here. For example, I want to merge this both the shapes. Alright, so for this I can just simply come here, merge shape, and just say union. So this becomes one particular shape now. Now if I undo this, and that is a union, and there's something called a combine. Combine means this becomes a union, but the combined part is missing here. Again undo this. I want, there's something called subtract. For example, I want this particular part to be from the blue should be removed. For that I'm just going to select the blue one first. You have to keep in mind I'm selecting the blue circle first, and then I'm selecting the yellow circle. Then I'm going to the format, merge shape, and just say simply subtract, so that particular shape or the circle has been deducted from the blue one. For example, if you want to make a crescent shape or a different shape, so I'm just going to bring it more something like this, so that if you see this blue is looking like a crescent moon. So for that again I'm just going to select this and then the yellow one and merge shape and just say subtract. You can see you got a crescent shape moon here, right? Or if you want to have a different one where I can just say intersect, so the only the part which is intersecting only which will remain and the others will get deleted. So this two part example, so this is intersecting with this much, and then when I just go to merge shape and I say intersect, so only that part remains and others got deleted. So you can use this particular option. Or there's something called a fragment. When I click the fragment, you've got three different shapes created here. For example, I can use one shape here, I can use one shape, and there's one more shape. So I've got three shapes created out of this with the help of a fragment. All right, so as I said, this is a very powerful tool. Start using this in your presentation if you are struggling with the shape, and if the shape is not available in the PowerPoint, then always try to use this merge shapes options, or and most of the times I always use the edit point also. That's it from me, friends. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe PowerPoint University. See you soon with more interesting stuff. Till then, goodbye.